Do you ever come across a brand and then go, I didn't realize they still made stuff? And then you get one of their products and you ask yourself, why don't more people know about this? Well, Eagle Creek is one of those brands for me, and the Eagle Creek Warrior XE2 is one of those products that's going to make you ask, why don't more people know about this? Hi everybody, foXnoMad here, and today I want to help you travel smarter with my review of the Eagle Creek Gear Warrior XE2. For a long time, Eagle Creek was a niche but well-respected bag company, especially in the extended travel community. You'd see their bags on airport carousels, and they have devoted fans that praise their durability, quality, and overall design. In June 2021, though, the parent company of Eagle Creek decided to retire the brand due to low sales. Then 3 months later, a former Eagle Creek executive went and reacquired the brand, and since then they've been slowly revamping their lineup, and the XE2 is one of the first bags that has been refreshed for Eagle Creek. And if this is any indication of where things are to go for Eagle Creek from here, they're off to a good start. The Gear Warrior 25-inch is a 65-liter two-wheeled rolling luggage that can expand to hold 79 liters. At 65 liters, it measures 68 by 38 by 25 centimeters and then adds 5 centimeters of depth when you unzip the expansion area. That expansion zipper though doesn't go all the way around the bag for some reason, so if you use this expansion area and load up the Gear Warrior to capacity, it's going to have an odd top-heavy weight distribution. Otherwise, in its 65-liter mode with the expansion zipper not in use, the Gear Warrior sits upright on its heavy-duty plastic wheels, which are simply solid and can handle all kinds of ground from pavement to smooth airport floors, and it's got this boxy, rugged aesthetic that Eagle Creek are kind of known for at this point, and the bag in general doesn't look too big. It just sits a little bit wider rather than taller, which again kind of hides how big this bag is on the inside. It's got two side grip handles, a somewhat undersized fabric handle on the bottom, a sturdy one on the top, so pretty much wherever you want to hold this bag, you'll be able to get a grip. You can get the XE2 in 4 color options: Sequoia, Blue Jay, Sand Dune, or this black color that's a lot more understated than the others. And they say black is slimming, but even so, this bag does look a little bit bigger than 65 liters, but somehow smaller at the same time. Like I said, I think that has to do with the width, so the XE2 can look a little bit bigger or smaller depending at the angle you're viewing from. But that's not it for the exterior. The XE2 still has some tricks on the outside. On the simple side, there's a pocket here that doesn't have much depth, but can be used to hold papers or small items. You can also zip up the retractable handle when it's not in use and you're putting it away for storage. You've also got a luggage tag pocket here that's visible from the outside, something a lot of bags are ditching these days, but I find super useful to be able to quickly ID my bag at an airport. And then on the front, there's this really cool pocket here, which has a cargo net. So if you're like me, you travel with a light jacket all the time, or you're going somewhere in the winter, or just, airports are cold, you can use this, take the latches, pretty much put them under these grips here on the front. It's a little bit awkward at first, but once you get the hang of it, it's pretty easy. It doesn't take very long. So you put those latches underneath like this. Like I said, it takes a second or two. But once you get them in there, you get this cargo net. And like I said, you've gotta sometimes takes a second or two. But then if you got something soft like this, like a jacket, you can just take that and just stuff that under there. So when you're going through the airport or a train station, you don't want to carry your jacket or your neck pillow or things like that. You can just stick it under this cargo net. It's really good and can, facilitate a pretty sizable, jacket or a puffy jacket or things like that. Really, really clever thing that they've added here on this XE2. Once you've got everything packed away, you can then squeeze it down with these 4 external compression straps. The entire XE2 is also light, only 3.54 kilograms, due to the 600 denier polyester material, which looks a lot like nylon here, probably due to the thicker thread count that's being used, so you get the durability without the added weight of nylon, which would likely add a kilo or 2 pounds to the Gear Warrior. The Gear Warrior is utilitarian. It's sort of like the Windows, not the Mac version of luggage. That makes sense. There are grips and handles everywhere. There are compression straps. There are guards around the corners to protect the bag, and it all kind of fits into the rugged ethos that the Eagle Creek brand has been known for. The XE2 has a large big bucket main compartment, which is my personal favorite design for travel luggage because it gives you the most flexibility in packing how you want and allows for odd size gear. If you want a divider though, Eagle Creek have provided you one you can use to split the main compartment into two sides from various internal latches at different split points. There are also two sets of compression straps in this X shape, giving you a lot of coverage inside to pack down your belongings, which works especially well with softer items like clothes. Now, since we're talking about the interior, let's talk about something that you've probably noticed by now, and those are those exposed handlebars on the inside, which come with some pros and some cons. First, the pros. You get more usable space inside than if Eagle Creek had decided to cover them with a light fabric like most luggage tends to do. That's good if you're packing mostly softer items that don't have a rigid shape like clothes. For solid items though, you'll have to be a little bit more careful, like if you're packing glass or fragile souvenirs, because a little bit of rough handling here could have them hitting the bars directly during transit, possibly scratching or breaking them. You can get around that by just packing softer things on the bars, and then anything that's potentially breakable on top of those softer items, it's just something that you'll have to adapt to with this bag. Also, small random things like change just seem to want to get stuck under those bars. It's not a big deal, and I think for most people, you'll appreciate the trade-off getting the extra space if you're just packing clothes. Now, the bars don't move in the bag, so the exterior components aren't moving up and down. All of that happens internally, but without that fabric covering that you find on most other pieces of luggage, it just means that there's a little bit less cushioning and a scuff magnet on those bars, which will show wear over time. Rounding out the interior, Eagle Creek have added 3 mostly depthless pockets here on the flap to the main compartment. You can use this for papers or smaller items, or just anything you want more organizational flexibility with, or just to keep them away from those internal bars. The XE2 is functional and it shows in the aesthetic, and the build quality overall is pretty good, even though there are some stray strings on some of the straps. But I think for $460, overall the build quality is solid. It's what you would expect for a bag of this price. If you like the size and don't mind paying $460 for a piece of luggage with the intention that it's going to last you many, many years and many, many trips, then it's worth remembering that Eagle Creek as a brand still exists. I for one hope they stick around and are able to find their user base again, because there is potential in this lineup, and so long as they maintain what made them so popular in the first place and don't cut corners along the way, then Eagle Creek might be able to make a comeback. More luggage options and brands is a good thing for us travelers and consumers alike, because we all have different ways of going from place to place. We all pack different things and have different aesthetic preferences, and I think for some of you, the XE2 is going to be just what you're looking for. That's my review of the Eagle Creek Gear Warrior XE2. Let me know if you have any questions about it down in the comments below, and while you're down there, hit the like and subscribe buttons. I'll have new videos for you every week, and I'll see you in the next video.